Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tellers, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world at night. I think I get the idea.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of... I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
Our traits mesh well together. Each of us is suited to a different task.
Phantoms!
Holy attacks ought to prove most effective against it.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
Aught fell
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find.
At least I go, knowing I fought to the
If
best
ever you've
of my-
need of an ear to listen.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now.
You'll not live to regret this! Your magical aid has dissipated. Pray, cast it anew!
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
That was outstanding, if I do say so myself.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
Not bad. I can do no less than service to the Arisen.
Aptly said.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their costs.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
My thanks. There you are. A well.
We cannot break it from this side.
Perhaps.
But dreams are free, I say.
Weary at this hour, sir? You must have quite a tale to tell. Much obliged. Listen to my report of misgivings.
All this worry's giving me an ache.
No one's coming to my aid. Finally, some peace.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care. Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... Gah... Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
But I like it here. I would ease their burdens howe'er I can. My days are spent in solemn reflection. Greetings.
This is a place of prayer. Do keep your voice low. A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
Need someone to talk to?
Might I beg but a moment of your time? Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us. Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the Abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the Abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the Abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the Abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
What about this reeks of a plot? Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
True enough.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
I concur.
The patients in this room must not be disturbed. Leave this place at once.
Washes all my trouble. Suppose that's enough. Just remember, never should have come somewhere.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks. Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business with.
So dull when there's nothing doing. I'll stay here. Anyhow, such a mood. Omen Islander.
Medicine? Medicine! 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 Now! Now! Now!
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone? Oh.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
Indeed, you are correct.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Radcliffe, the doctor over in Rest Town.
I suppose.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Jahan and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
This place cheers me right up. All I need's my health, I suppose. Isn't there anything to do?
I pity those content to live in idleness.
Elena. Ah, yes. The abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
How very peculiar.
Monster's really scary. I've never seen one.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Precious little time.
Where's the day called?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Hubris is man's worst enemy.
Let me get that.
Peruse at your leisure, sir. Now, what was I bound again?
Washes all my troubles clean away, this place.
Aye? In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Determine what manner of substance 'tis? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in... oh, I don't know. Later.
only thing Cur's good
I'm
for
not
is
risking my
eating
life
in a
for a
scrap.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
The owl seems to fly when I'm here.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Lots to do, and precious little time.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
Now this is a conundrum.
Start. I'm nodding off where I stand. I'd kill for some decent sleep.
Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I've just finished running those tests. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailment, certainly, but only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be well and truly mad to attempt such a thing.
What was it I had to do?
Need anything?
I'm in fine.
Tomorrow.
Suppose I'll start dusting. I've little else to do.
This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
What the?
It's dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern.
Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
The oak is fixated utterly on you, Arisen. Hold its focus as long as you can. I'll handle the rest.
This foe is drawn to women as a moth to a flame.
Tis a tendency we might exploit, though to do so would be to court danger.
Hold fast, Arisen! I shan't let you...
Risen is in your charge! Do not waste this chance. Press home our advantage.
Strike fast and true, and our glory shall fall.
By your leave.
I've got hold of the enemy!
Splendid. Arisen, I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind.
What's this? Where are you going?
While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps. Look yonder to
Wolves, if I've ever seen them.
this time. The recoil of flag.
I say it. We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
Anything to be done here.
I don't feel safe here.
I don't tell Dad or make lies.
But I'm grateful to be fed.
Might I beg but a moment?
A moment's prayer can...
What are you doing? We've not been given leave to rest yet.
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
What are you doing?
Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Suffice to say, your testimony, combined with the evidence you've procured, have cast a great deal of suspicion upon the abbess that she isn't like to shake. Pray have this, sir. 'Tis your reward for aiding us in our duty to this city.